of this best of 3. Nerchio leading 1-0 over Apocalypse. Can he close this out, or is Apocalypse gonna come back and take his first map and make this simply into a best of 1? Let's wait and see. Oh boy, this looks crazy. Okay. Let's introduce our players. In the bottom right position, playing as the Red Zerg, it is Nerchio. Spawning into the top left position. Oh, sorry. Bottom left position, playing as the Blue Terran, it is Apocalypse. Alright then. So another arena-like-ish map where you have these rather close air distances. As Zerg, you can scout fairly easy with your overlords there in the beginning. And well, dropships, drops or airplay, I would say, is rather strong again here. We have nice spots for liberators behind the bases. Not so at the natural, but for the main base at least, and for the third also more. But well, it depends where you want to take your third. There are many positions, and as well as a strange gold base in the middle of all. You have the opportunity to knock over these rock towers and block off this path, so that there is actually no more path to your opponent, with all paths sealed. We're gonna see if any of the players wants to take advantage out of that, or if both are just going for some straight up play. So far, Reaper Expand from Apocalypse, and safe hatchery first into spawning pool from Nerchio. No one really going into the super greed mode. Let's see though if Apocalypse can handle this one when Nerchio doesn't have any gold bases. So Reaper delays a little bit of the mining, but almost gets caught and has to run there. He has to, wow, even shoots one more time to, like, come on there if you want to get me, but gets away and lives to fight another day. Maybe he can scout the space, but you have to be careful. Did he see the drone? Did he look at the Reaper? He definitely did not see the hatchery being placed down, but I mean, he can probably assume that there is gonna be a third base by now. I think that's why he sent the Reaper over there, to just block it a little bit more, but didn't really do that much. Gonna commit to some reactored Hellions and maybe another Banshee play actually. We're gonna see though what this is really gonna be. Swapping over? No. Okay, let's see. Most likely I would say Banshees again. Yeah, Cloak already starting and the Banshee is coming up as well. So let's wait and see what damage he can deal, but Nerchio has his Overlord always in position, scouts at the right timing and just sees Attack Lab researching. This could be Stim. He doesn't know that there is a starport actually at the other side of the Attack Lab, and he doesn't want to sacrifice his Overlord yet. He isn't going into any Overlord speed, so he can't like come in, find out and get out again. Himself though going into Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber. One Evo only though. Going into the lair. Hellion drop coming up though. Let's see what damage he can find with this. There isn't really any defense. There's one Spore though over here, so the commitment actually to Cloak Banshee has been cancelled. But let's see how much damage he can do with the Salients. Salients are gonna be surrounded, but very nice pickup there. Only saves 3, but has to get out with the Medivac. Gets out kind of at the last second. Didn't really find any damage whatsoever with the Hellions. I mean, not what he intended to do. And yeah, there wasn't really actually a Banshee being produced. I don't know when he cancelled it, but before he saw this war, I think. He could have dealt quite some damage over at the third, actually, or the natural. Oh, gets the Medivac, very nice target firing there with the Queen, and now the Hellions are surrounded, stuck there between the hatchery, the minerals and the Spore Crawler, as well as all the links, and being taken out. Not really finding the traits he wants to. He did kind of get some drones, not too little. 9 drones is okay, but still, this isn't really, I mean, it's not like it's crippling himself. It's no bad harassment, but this isn't really crippling Nerchio as well. He's defending this with not so many problems. Oh, who's gonna win this one? Will the Queen get away? Oh, yes, actually, from the last shot it survives. It has 8 HP there. Gonna inject this base one more time. Pulling up another Queen though now. He has to be careful though. Probably he's gonna lose the Overlords. Just one. Pushes away the Liberator. Nice done. And now Nerchio is knocking down this wall actually. He is committing for roach speed and he has queued up the missile attacks actually. And quite some roaches as well as ravages. So this Liberator is gonna be set up here right now and tries to defend this position, but what kind of army do we have? We have a double drop coming over here, and actually the defense is not in place for Nerchio, but coming over now, just 1 or 2 roaches did manage to hold this off long enough. Nicely done there. And if we look at the army of Apocalypse, there isn't really anything that can deal with a lot of roaches and ravages. Yes. 46 army supply. I mean, if you think about it, there are medivacs within that army supply, so fighting units it's even less than that. And he is up against almost 80 now, about 80 army supply from Nerchio. So Nerchio is going for this again, committing with a huge force, trying to pummel his way through Apocalypse. And I don't see any tanks. He's going for Widow Mines, but really Widow Mines versus Ravagers, especially if you want to walk them right in like this. Gets the Overseer though, very nice, but it doesn't really have any Widow Mines left over, so it doesn't matter so much, and this bio is not enough to contest this Roach army. Huge force there with some Ravager support. He has the bites now, pushing this back in a very nice position for Nerchio, but as I say that, the SCVs come up and try to fight this off. Maybe if he doesn't really get hit by these biles, he should be able to push this back, but as I say that, there comes so much more roaches over for some support. And now he tries to set up this Liberator here, but is this really gonna do anything? I mean, there are already Ravagers in position, and now the biles come down on this Liberator. But it did kind of deal the damage he wanted or needed. Or did it though? So many more roaches coming over, and this looks so grim for our Terran player. Pulling back to this Widow Mine, but isn't really doing the damage he needs to. Kind of pushing this back again though, but he already did lose so many units. He is going into 4th base, a little bit sneaky over here though. So if he can manage and get this one up and not lose his 3rd or the economy at his 3rd, then this looks not so bad anymore, but he's struggling so hard to push back this army, and with no tanks, and now just a couple of roaches walking into the space and harassing all the workers over there. This looks very bad for Apocalypse. Tries to evacuate, but not today, bro. Very nice. Preemptive bias. Gets all the SCVs. Complete Congo line there. And is just running over the army from now on. Nice play there by Nerchio. A little bit... not really all-inish, but... yeah, just going for Roach Ravager. So many Roaches and Ravagers. Now even gets the CC with the Biles. And yeah, Apocalypse not going for any kind of tanks or anything that can really punish the Roaches for being there. I mean, he has the Widow Mines, but they're so easy targets without the Drilling Claws for the Ravagers. And he has so many medivacs. If he would have had like a tank or two to pick them up and micro them around, he would have dealt so much more damage. But as I say that, well, mistakes were made. He has so many medivacs now, he doesn't really have any fighting forces. Nerchio just pushing up his way into the round of 4 with some brute force strategies. 3 base play, Roach Ravager, overrunning your opponent. The Nerchio style. Or at least the style we're seeing from him right now. Apocalypse trying his heart out to not lose, but 12 SCVs to 60 drones, 8 SCVs, and yeah, well, this one Marine, as well as these 2 over here grouping up there, but they aren't gonna do the trick. Apocalypse digesting this loss. Doesn't want to give up yet, but you're not gonna win this. I'm sorry. GG, well played by Nerchio. Brute forcing his way over Apocalypse in a 2-0 win and will advance to the round of 4.